Packing for cold weather conditions can be really tricky because cold weather essentials are often very not packable. They're bulky and heavy and thick and just hard to pack. So today we are going over my top travel essentials for cold weather that are very packable. In fact, so packable that you should still be able to pack carry-on only. But first, what are my credentials for these cold weather travel essentials? Well, I am a native Wisconsinite. I am born and raised in Wisconsin. It is very cold in the winter here. Sub-zero temperatures are the normal in the winter in Wisconsin. So I know a thing or two about staying warm and all of the cold weather must-haves that you need on cold trips. So that's exactly what we're gonna go over today. As always, I will link all of these travel essentials in the description as well as in this QR code, so that you can have easy access to them for your next cold weather trip. And like I said, all of these must-haves are going to be as packable as possible. The only exception being if you are taking a ski/snowboarding trip. Obviously you'll have more bigger equipment like those skis and snowboards. We're not gonna cover those today. We're gonna cover everything else that you can fit in your suitcase. The first and most important travel essential for cold weather is a warm coat. My favorite that I find myself traveling the most with is my packable down Columbia coat. It is so warm. I've never felt like too cold in this. It is a down jacket and it is a very, very packable. By the way, if you want to make any of these essentials even more packable, I would suggest trying out vacuum seal bags for travel. Basically a replacement for packing cubes, which I'll talk about later, that can vacuum seal everything, condense it nice and shut, especially some of the bigger coats that I'm gonna be showing next. But this coat, even without vacuum seal bags, is super packable. It is a shorter jacket, like, normal waistline jacket, whereas some of the other coats I'm gonna be sharing are full length, longer coats. This one, even though it's not full length, still very warm. I am taking this on our trip out to Rocky Mountain National Park. Winter trip, we're doing some snowshoeing and winter hikes. This is the jacket I'm gonna be taking. This has gone with me everywhere. It's come with me to Norway. It's come with me on a bunch of different mountain trips. So this is definitely my top recommendation for a packable coat. A couple other options though. My favorite coat to wear at home is obviously a full length, a lot less packable. If I was traveling with this one, I would use those vacuum seal bags, but it is a long down puffer jacket. These are a game changer in cold weather, especially if they are long enough to go past your calves. I am 5'8", on the taller side, so finding coats that go past my calves is really hard. If anyone has any good brand recommendations, let me know in the comments. This one is long enough. I swear every year I have to try on like a million to find one long enough for me. But I usually just get them at TJ Maxx, places like TJ Maxx, Sierra. This one's a Kenneth Cole puffer jacket. Super warm, name brand that I got for probably $100 off because I got it at TJ Maxx. But full length puffer jacket, game changer in keeping you warm. Having warm legs is just so huge when you're in cold weather. It makes such a big difference having warm legs and warmth covering over your legs. So definitely recommend the full length if you can pack it. But for most trips, that shorter packable down jacket is totally suffice. If you're going on a fancier winter trip, you might want a nicer coat. Definitely recommend a longer trench coat to stay warm. Again, like the last puffer coat, a long trench coat's definitely not as easy to pack, even harder than the full-length puffer coat, arguably, because it just takes up more space, and the puffer coats have air in them that can be compressed down if needed. So a trench coat is harder to pack. When I travel with a trench coat, I wear it on the plane. Not ideal because sometimes I find myself hot and sweaty running through airports, and I don't want to be wearing a big coat. Not ideal, but that is how I would travel with it, especially if I was traveling carry-on only. Another recommendation that is new to me this year that I'm very excited about, and hopefully it is still in stock when this video publishes, is the Gap X Base blanket coat. It is also a waist length, so it's not full length, but it has a trench coat look and feel, but it's like thick cotton blanket material. It's machine washable, which is a game changer because I always want to wash everything when I get home from a trip, especially if I'm flying with it on. It's also really, really comfortable in flight because it is like a thick, heavy weighted blanket type material. and it is designed for the traveler and having flights in mind because the hood is huge. It is an extra large hood that when you put it on, it fits really well over your headphones, so it's not like you're squishing your hood over your headphones. It comes really low to block light out when you're in flight. It is a really great in-flight coat that doubles as a nice trench coat-esque coat when you're on the ground in your destination. So I'm really excited to have this in my cold weather travel essentials portfolio this year. Hopefully it is still in stock when this video publishes. I'll link it below, of course. The next must-haves for cold weather travel are ones that you do not want to forget because they make a big difference, are hat, mittens, scarf. But you don't just want to pack any hat, mittens, scarf, because there are definitely some that are more packable than others. For example, hats. Instead of a chunky knit hat, of course you can travel with a chunky knit hat if you want to, but if you're looking for something more packable that is just as effective, I love these thin fleece winter headbands. They are so packable. Obviously, they're way smaller than a knit hat. You can fold them up really small. You can stack multiple different colors if you wanted to for even smaller size than if you brought a thick, chunky knit hat. These ones that I have are Reeboks. Again, got them at TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx and those types of retailers are such a good place to find winter gear. I'll try to find the exact ones to link in the description, but you get the idea. Fleece headbands that wrap around your forehead and over your ears. They keep your forehead and ears warm while not taking up basically any extra space of your luggage. On the same note, picking the right scarf can also save a lot of space in your suitcase because some scarves are, again, big, chunky knit scarves. And while they're so warm and cozy, they're not always the easiest to pack. And you can definitely find other warm, cozy scarves that are much, much thinner and easier to pack. I got this scarf a while ago. All of my winter gear is like used year after year, so most of this is very old and I'll probably have a hard time finding the exact links, but of course I will do my best and find similar products for you to link if they're sold out or not available anymore. I got this very thin, yet very soft and cozy scarf at Macy's last year, and it definitely does the job. It's just as warm as my other chunky knit scarves, and it folds up way flatter and way thinner. One travel must-have for cold weather that I would not skimp out on if I were you in terms of luggage space are mittens/gloves. I love a pair of knit chunky gloves. My hands get very cold very easily, so having warm gloves is essential for me in cold weather, especially if I'm going to be outside hiking or snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, if you're downhill skiing or snowboarding, you'll probably want something more waterproof, but you get the idea. Thick mittens are where I don't skimp out on when it comes to packability. Of course, you could also pack just like a cotton glove instead. That would pack much flatter, much more packable, just like a simple pair of cotton gloves. In fact, sometimes I pack both and I'll wear the thin cotton gloves under my mittens for extra warmth. So you definitely have a more packable option, but for me, I prefer to keep my hands as warm as possible. Speaking of your hands, hand warmers are another essential that I bring anywhere where I'm gonna be outside in the cold weather. Our hand warmers are currently packed away in our camping gear, so I can't show you our physical ones, but I'll put a picture here so you can see what they look like. And ours are really cool because they're reusable. They're not single-use hand warmers, although you can definitely use single-use. If you're only going to be using them for your trip, that would make the most sense. They're very cheap. You can get them at most grocery stores or gas stations during cold weather seasons. But these hand warmers that we have are reusable, and all you have to do is boil them to reuse them, to like bring them back to their original not hot state. You just boil them. So if we're in a hotel room, we'll just boil some water in a coffee pot to restore them to their original not warm state. Otherwise, all you have to do is like snap a button and they get really, really warm. I'll put them in my pockets so that I can have my hands in my pockets to keep my hands warm. Put them in my gloves too to keep my hands warm. You could even put them in your boots or your back pockets to stay warm throughout your whole body. But yeah, hand warmers definitely a game changer when it comes to being outside in the cold. The next travel must-have for cold weather is a good pair of winter boots. Now these I actually got literally probably 12 years ago. They're not even really technically winter boots. I just wear them for like shoveling and like quick winter activities outside in Wisconsin at home. I am currently in the market for a good pair of new, legitimately warm and waterproof winter boots. I'm looking at the Sorel brand. Sorel is really popular here in Wisconsin. I've heard great things about them, that they're waterproof and of course warm and cozy, but also they're really cute. They have some really cute colors and designs of the Sorels. If anyone has any other winter boot recommendations, leave them in the description because again, like I said, I am in the market for new ones. But just to show you, just have a little visual, winter boots are definitely a key travel essential for cold weather. And then when it comes to our winter hiking trip that we have in a couple weeks, I'm just gonna use my hiking boots, which are waterproof. Not ideal, but I think it'll be fine for this one trip. And eventually I will take the plunge and buy an actual pair of winter boots. Speaking of winter hiking, our next travel essential is a good pair of packable snow pants. You definitely don't need snow pants for every cold weather destination, especially if you're gonna be doing like fancier activities and you're not gonna be spending a whole lot of time outside. You don't need snow pants really. But if you are gonna be hiking, snowshoeing, skiing, downhill or cross country, snowboarding, all of those outdoor activities where you're gonna be outside for an extended period of time and you're going to be in the snow and possibly wet, you will definitely want snow pants. I just bought these from Sierra. They're the Helly Hansen brand, which my skiing friend approved of. He said this is a really good brand for skiing. So I'm really excited about them. And I got them for, I think they were $79.99 at Sierra, originally like $200, $300. So again, check those types of retailers for the winter gear for major discount. I also think the color of these is going to look really cute with my Columbia packable down jacket. I think this color combination is going to be really cute in photos. But my favorite part of these snow pants is that they are really, really thin. They're not your average puffy, super insulated snow pants. They're really, really thin, very packable, about as packable as a pair of wide leg jeans. So they fold down really flat, just like any other pair of pants that you're packing, super packable. And they fit like yoga pants, I kid you not. They're so comfortable. They're really stretchy compared to other snow pants. You can like bend down and get back up without feeling like a huge marshmallow. I did get my true size too, which I was a little bit hesitant. I didn't know if I should size up so that I could wear base layers underneath. They didn't have this exact pair at Sierra in a size up, so I did get this pair and then I brought them home and tried them on with yoga pants base layers underneath and they still fit fine. So I am really excited to try these out on our winter hiking trip, which stay tuned for all that content. I'm gonna have a few different videos coming out in the next few weeks about how to pack all of these heavier, thicker clothing item, gear essentials. I will have videos coming out like that, so definitely subscribe if you're interested in seeing those. But all that to say, I'm really excited about these and base layers fit under them, they're stretchy, they're comfortable, they feel like yoga pants. 10 out of 10 so far. I'll keep you updated if I change my mind after our trip in terms of like how warm and waterproof they are. But like I said, my friend who skis every year in Colorado and Utah, which Colorado is where we're going to Colorado. He said that it's a great brand and he didn't say anything about them not being warm enough. So fingers crossed. Speaking of base layers, our next travel essential for cold weather are, you guessed it, base layers. Of course, if you have base layers, like legitimate base layers that are thermal or merino wool, you definitely pack those. I don't though. I've been meaning to get some for our trips, but so far I just use like a pair of leggings and a thin long sleeve as my base layers, and that works just fine. You could do merino wool, you could do cotton, whatever you have in your closet that's like a thinner layer that you can layer a sweatshirt and a coat over comfortably. That's what you're gonna wanna pack for those base layers. I usually just wear the leggings that I have in my closet and a nice long sleeve shirt. To put over those base layers, you'll want a mid layer. Contrary to popular belief, your mid layer does not need to be thick and constricting, because I find that when I wear really thick clothes, especially under a coat, you just feel very constricted and uncomfortable and like a marshmallow. You don't need to wear those really thick layers in most destinations to stay warm. So instead, I just opt for like a thinner quarter zip type sweatshirt as my mid layer to layer over my long sleeve base layer and under my coat comfortably. Either way, you'll definitely want a couple layers of long sleeves as possible under your coat to stay extra warm in that cold weather. Next are packing cubes to pack down all of these winter travel essentials or fall travel essentials too. Obviously, all of these qualify for fall as well. It is winter here, so winter's on my mind, but these will all work for any cold weather, whether it's fall, early spring, or winter. And you'll want something to compress them down. So I recommend compression packing cubes. This is what I use. Or like I mentioned earlier, those vacuum seal bags for the larger puffer coats. I use packing cubes on all of my trips. So obviously on any cold weather trips, these are coming with me as well. And it just helps you stay organized throughout your whole trip. And of course, compression packing cubes in particular helps you pack all of those puffy clothing items for winter down even more. A couple more travel essentials for cold weather to go over, including some toiletries that you definitely don't want to forget if you're traveling in fall, winter, early spring. First of all, hand lotion. You will definitely have drier skin in the cold weather, especially if you're coming from a hot, humid climate. You will not want to forget lotion for your hands. In fact, my hands are really dry right now because it is winter here in Wisconsin currently. And not only hand lotion, but also extra facial moisturizer. Your face will probably also be drier in the cold weather, and I definitely use different lotions for my face and my hands because different ingredients trigger acne on my acne prone face. So I use acne triggering free ingredients on my face, and then, you know, whatever cheap lotion I have in a travel size on my hands. If you're acne prone, definitely recommend the Vanny Cream Daily Facial Moisturizer. I love it. I use it every day. And I do have a whole video on acne prone travel essentials that you can check out too if you are interested. This next essential may come as a surprise, but that is sunscreen. Because even though you are traveling to somewhere cold, if you are going to be spending extended periods of time outside in the sun, and if sun is in the forecast, you need to bring sunscreen. It is very bright, especially if you're in the mountains in higher elevation, you're closer to the sun. Sun is also reflecting off the snow. That can cause sunburns, so you definitely want to bring sunscreen. I also use an acne triggering ingredient-free sunscreen. I like the Clove Hill brand that I can link below, and it's in that other video as well. But yes, sunscreen. You may not think about it, but you do need it. And finally, for toiletries, before we get into our last travel must-have for cold weather, is a travel pack of Kleenexes, because your nose will drip whether you're in the cold or once you get out of the cold weather into your warm, heated hotel, your nose will drip. That is just kind of inevitable. So always have a travel pack of Kleenex in your pocket or on hand in your car, because you will want them. And finally, our last travel essential for cold weather is totally optional. If you have the space in your luggage, definitely recommend bringing a fleece blanket just to keep you extra cozy in your hotel room while you're lounging in your hotel, or even to have in your rental car in between activities while you're driving. It is a nice luxury to have a thick fleece or Sherpa blanket when you're traveling. Definitely not a necessity, just a luxury. If you have extra room in your bag, it is really nice to have a blanket, or you can carry it through the airport if you want to. A blanket that you're holding through the airport will not count towards your personal item allowance and your carry-on allowance. So you can still have your personal item and a carry-on suitcase and have a blanket if you don't mind carrying it through the airport. It's also nice to have in the plane sometimes. I find that flights are usually cold, so it's nice to have a blanket in flight sometimes. But yeah, blanket is a nice luxury to have in cold weather if you have the space, if you don't mind carrying it, etc. And that is it. Those are all of my Wisconsinite approved travel essentials for cold weather trips. One of my favorite sayings about travel is that there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad preparation. So when you are prepared and you have these winter travel essentials, you will stay warm and be able to enjoy your trip without feeling miserable in the cold weather. Having the proper gear definitely makes a difference in your enjoyment on your trip. Subscribe if this video was helpful, and leave a comment letting me know where you're thinking about going in the cold. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. So for now, ciao.